Morning, YouTube. We are back at it. A kazoo. I think it was a kazoo, Wes. Good point. I haven't heard one of those in years. I didn't make it myself, so. In West Texas. Hopefully not what's going on in half the East Coast. Here with the weather. And it's looking pretty grim for you folks. We're talking about that rain yesterday mornings. Anything like that. But apparently they reign supreme up and down your areas out there. You got lots of ice and frozen water even in Texas. So this is the video out there. It's from the Weather Channel. This isn't. See what they got to say.
Now from Texas to Pennsylvania, and we're going to see rain through the weekend and into next week. So Louisville, Kentucky, you picked up close to an inch of rain yesterday. Well, plenty more is going to be on the way. Here's a look at all the flood watches, and you can see they are expansive. Now we are looking at just waves of moisture that are going to keep coming into the forecast, not only through the weekend, but this goes into next week. So this is a lot of rain, and even places today down through Texas and Mississippi, you could get this morning out of some of these bands that come in 1 inch to 2 inches per hour. So watch out. Flood warnings.
Watch out indeed. So that's what to be ready for out there, folks. Have your bug out plan ready. 5 to 8 inches of rain. That's just, whew, after all that rain you've already gotten over the last couple of weeks. That's pretty brutal. Hope y'all are high and dry. Make your way through this. Emergency in Lansing, Michigan. Water rescues from Texas to Michigan, yada, yada. Yeah, they didn't say anything about it being this much rain when they were talking about it when we were looking at it yesterday, did we? Anybody see this coming? Maybe at the local level they were telling you guys. Arkansas along the Illinois River. Indy guys out there. Pretty much everybody that's in the chat stop. You'll probably stop getting weather because we always talk about it. All right, in the side chat we got Wes S, Irish USMC, Poison Stinger is up and about bright and early. He's an hour ahead of me. He's not really. And M Long is with us. You guys in Kentucky got the way they're talking. Indiana GT picture. Teeny drizzle. Weatherman's always on his game, isn't he? Through Michigan, Ohio, Cincinnati River, Ohio River, and Cincinnati. From Kentucky side, it looks like. Yep. Conducted out of South Bend, Indiana. They're coming. So if you haven't got a boat, maybe a good time to go make one. Make your ark while you still can. Or get out while you still can, depending on your situation. Yeah, I will end up at it again. It's not taking a break. Doesn't look like. Yeah, or poison stinger, sleep driving is not recommended. We've all get a little practice at it every now and then, I think, but it's not the recommended technique. So that's pretty much the weather coming forward. Just tons of stuff out your way. West, they're showing snow, a lot of snow up here in the mountains. Hasn't got down here towards Carson City yet. It's all north of Reno still, it looks like. It's supposed to get snow today, and they were talking about it hitting during the morning commute. It looks like it's a little late because I haven't seen it. Still looks a little clear there, so I know it is delayed, right? And again this weekend, I believe, Saturday, which is good for us. But we'll take a little bit of what you guys got if you want to share it. We could always use a little bit more water. Moving on. Embassy and grenade attack seems to have been mitigated. Nothing life-threatening, it doesn't look like. But no casualty except for the attacker, I guess. So uneventful in that respect. If you missed it last night. Now, all the drama from last night, which is probably what people were watching, all up a week after the Florida incidents. CNN sculpting the audience after their own liking. They did some good staged events for all the anti-gunners to get up there and speak their piece. The president made this. It's like you don't have to carry it if you don't want to. He just wants to give you the option. Although it's not his. This is the problem people get wrapped around. Everybody continues to look to the president and the Congress to solve this problem. It ain't going to happen. They can only make it worse. You have the control in Florida to do what you need to do. I don't know why you can DC into our local communities. It's getting people killed, obviously. Florida, solve your problem. Miami, if you think you need to do something in your schools, do it. Don't wait on the president. Nobody thinks they have to have the president do all this. Well, that's because they're a bunch of statists begging for solutions from the man. Un-American, I tell you, downright un-American. But if Trump wrote an executive order tomorrow saying what school teachers can carry in classrooms, like that has no effect. The president doesn't have the authority. Period. Congress doesn't the authority. Well, they have the authority to do it anyway, so they might as well do it anyway, right? It's just it pains the head to think about how far down the slope we've gotten on the things we let feds get away with. The they were 9, almost, it was a what, 2.94 day. I'm talking about 3 now. The market could dive, just to be on your situational awareness. And they're, who knows where they are right now. It doesn't say. We're 8 minutes after the open. I don't know. This closed yesterday, I believe. I don't believe we're open yet. Hard to tell sometimes. Watch those bond rates. Let's go back in the side chat. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. We've had Barry Wood jump in and join us with Walter Davis. Good morning, everyone. Boy, it was scripting. Right, Walter. I think the thing Howard County did, really had their officers with rifles. That was the only. They already had school police, but they don't think they had one at the school at that time. But the sheriff's got people patrolling schools with rifles now. It's fuzzy. So the gun control agenda is in full effect. Pretty much all the comments are coming out of the woodwork based upon what I've seen on social media. 72 hours. Plenty of people saying they can't wait to come in. They're actually stepping up and personally taking responsibility and saying they're going to go do it, and we're going to do it. But there's a lot of people still wanting the informed people to go do it because they're not bold enough to do themselves. Or Brussels got a gunman running loose, apparently. I was on the headlines this morning. I didn't look into it. Europe has been on a run, so it's no surprise. Our USMC is afraid. Right, I see so much hype. It's all over hyped about like they're all a bunch of victims, which was going to get into my next story. I skipped over it, I believe. Poison Stinger says self-reliance is no fun when people just detection. These people have Snapchats that need more attention. Yesterday, Poison, if you just took everybody's cell phone away, they wouldn't know what to do. Right, Walter. Heavily armed police running around everywhere is not the answer either. Providing for your own defense is the best solution. You don't get the state ingrained in their brain anywhere. That brings up this article. It was linked elsewhere. This is off of Zero Hedge. Extreme security in America's safest schools. And this is out of Indiana, I believe. Let me double check. Then smoke bombs. This is on NBC Nightly News. Cost $400,000 to outfit this school with all this stuff. It's got a security system that can be monitored from the law enforcement and can be activated by teachers. What else? This thing's got like armored doors and everything else. Let me get to that. The funding obviously is an issue. They don't get any more detail. I guess they leave it up to the See if we can pull this up.
Southwestern High School in Indiana, the kids drill. I see they're all running past this red line. What is that?
The red line is a security measure, and that's in place because if we stand behind this red line, if there's a shooter at the door, they cannot see the children.
And this is something schools can do right now. There's a red line on the ground.
Absolutely.
But here they go high-tech too. The classroom doors are bullet resistant and cameras, so many cameras everywhere. And it's not just school officials watching either. They're connected live with the sheriff's department 10 miles away. Authorities can track an intruder in real time. Every teacher here, you have your own panic button.
Yeah, we all wear a fob in case there's a security breach. We can push this button and the entire alarm system goes off in the school.
And something else I actually want to show you real quick. When that happens, every classroom has a box like this, also hooked up to the sheriff's department. The teacher can flip help if they actually see the suspect or they're in danger, or they can flip safe if the kids are safe. In 2015, I tested it, playing the intruder.
Showing a male subject in a blue suit.
If I was a real intruder, I couldn't get into a single classroom. They're all locked. Every last one of them.
Well, we won't get into further how we can breach those security systems, but interesting concept, but extremely expensive. Somebody pony the money up on a millions of dollars since 04, 05. And states have made all these different security laws decade to this, but not to this level of degree, I guess you'd say. The most disturbing part of this is you put all these safety measures in, but yet when that guy brings in a 12-gauge shotgun and breaches your door, you're going to have your students sit there like this, just be slaughtered. Like, why wouldn't you have to take more proactive measures? There's some kind of psychological game they play with. You know, if they don't see the faces, they won't shoot them or they detect them. I don't get this. They all hold a book in front of their head in the corner there. That's the most bizarre thing ever. You've done all these things, but yet no resistance is going to be offered when it still gets to the point. That doesn't make any sense. So that was $400,000 of a pilot program, probably of some sort. He said he tested it in 2015 in that interview there. So he's been there before. And obviously it's not been widely implemented because that's dang expensive for every single school. You figure you just start at high schools and see how quickly you run out of money. Unless we just stop foreign aid. If we stop foreign aid, we could probably pay for it tomorrow. Interesting concept there, huh? So, Jay, what? Where have you been, my brother? Man, I haven't seen you in forever. You've probably been in other people's chats. I just missed you. Thanks for coming out. Good to see you. Right. Comments here. Some people need an ass whipping. Sure thing, Irish. Spinfield shields, right? Conditioning for prison population, potentially. Two-hour fire. Is that where it's at? Oh, you're doing that Kansas chat? It's our cheap to install, Irish said. Okay, more expensive than others. I don't know how much it costs to install me. But you figure after 10 years, we cost more than that security system they installed at high school, though. Yes, one of the school. Going back to the financial side, we're about halfway through, folks. Put your stories you've heard out in the side chat. We will discuss as they come in. We don't want to miss stuff under the radar. There's all kinds of stuff always, of course, but we like to focus on what you like to focus on as well. It's not just about me. And but 10-year yield eases from 4-year high. Yeah, it's going to 3 sometime soon. And going along with that, the Fed came out yesterday. They're going to do rate hikes as planned, they say. They're reviewing bank regulations, which means we're coming into a crisis, right? You review things and plan ahead of time. Do they see a crisis coming? How could they? There was talk about 5 different rate increases over the next year or something like that. But here he says they're going to shoot for 2% inflation again still. They're saying we ran at 1.7% inflation, which I think we could all agree is wrong. People are hoarding their cash. And they're expecting a rate increase in March. We shall see. As we discussed yesterday, really people like China that hold our debt are the real keys that are going to get this thing moving if it gets really bad. And CNBC seems to be arguing that Fed can be afford to be patient with rates. Just a second, I'll be right back. All right, sideways there a little bit. What did I miss? What's going on in the side chat? All right, let me catch up. We can move on. Walter Davis says recommendation in exchange for foreign bonds. Is that what you're saying? Foreign, they should guard our schools. There you go, M. Long. What we spend for contractors and monkeying around in Syria would pay for a lot of school security. You got that right. And poison stingers at the best point. Well, in my opinion, homeschooling is more and more relevant. Indeed, we kind of talked about that on our 3-hour chat the other day. About no matter what you do is better than sending your people to these cages and basically prisons now that they're building for kids. And their mind is locked up as much as their body. The biggest price increases is taxes on products like gas. Yeah, and they want to raise the gas tax if they want to do this big infrastructure bill that they've been talking about. That Trump floated that out there last week. We'll raise gas taxes 25 cents. Yay! Basically, the economists broke that down that would pretty much negate any of the payroll tax cuts that we got. And M. Long's doing a build and buying more ammo. Always a good cause to be supported. And Irish USMC is hoarding lead. A good technique as well. All right, we're wrapping up the last 10 minutes, everybody. Any other stories you've seen want to hit up? We'll go back to some headlines and see what we can dig up. Stay out of the water out there in the Midwest and East. South. It's looking wet for everybody. That's probably pretty fun. There's lots of hate and discontent on Twitter. That article right there in the middle. Cue the liberal outrage. Trump tweets NRA leaders are great people and great American patriots. Yeah, there's lots of death threats being thrown at basically anybody in the NRA right now. As everybody's seen the billboard, basically kill the NRA. I think that would include all the members. Not very peaceful people when they don't get their way, are they? So that's the top line at Zero Hedge, is that article we looked at about the CNN stage scripted question. What else is going on around the world? A lot of bizarre stuff, of course, but business singer, how to prepare when you're. I think the best thing for that poison is to watch YouTube and learn skills, do stuff, learn how to do things. If your time is free, you might as well use it and learn some stuff. If you're still able to pay for the internet to get the YouTube and to research stuff, learning to shoot, we can watch your video stinger on how to do our solar prod system, right? Or you can spend your time doing that, learning how to do your off-grid water and showing us how you do it. Apparently, M. Long is having problems with his keyboard. We're not going to ban anybody roll like that. You should know that by now. Everybody would work for a little bit more ammo, I think. Comments about this whole gun control thing, fingerprints all over it. And I think we could agree it's definitely been a massaged effort. It's like grassroots. Was it Oprah and Clooney were donating money, gun control campaign, but they didn't donate of the shootings. They just went straight to gun control. So it's not the victim agenda. Yeah, Truth Freeze, it's getting pretty bad out east. We didn't even hit that, and we didn't even see that coming yesterday when we hit the weather. We started off with the flooding at the beginning of the chat. Lots of, we have pretty much said from Texas, flooding, and more flooding. Chat, truth, freeze. We're wrapping it up. You got something else you want to throw out there? Go ahead. Frozen water rolls. That's the one trough that's on roster, but lots of other places don't. So have a good day, Wes. We're going to wrap it up like we've talked about. If you're pretty much east of Omaha, you're in some bad weather. Precipitation coming your way. Be on the lookout. Stay safe. Or whatever you think you have to do to stay mess. Matt, don't drive through standing water unless you got a boat. And we'll wrap up here in the side chat. Thanks for coming out. Long Poison Stinger, our Truth Freeze. Walter Davis, Barry Wood was with us out in the side chat. And I probably missed somebody, but till the next time. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Spread the word. Live free.